Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Southern Cal, back at y'all with another video. Real quick before we get into this video, I need you to do me a favor and please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and last but not least, smash that notification bell so you will be among the first to be notified when I drop my latest content. Let's talk about it. So I read up on this interesting story about a Philadelphia man who murdered the mother of his son at a barbershop in broad daylight. And I think his name is Armond Hilton. And when I first heard about the story of, that he killed his own child's mother, right in front of the child and, at the barbershop in broad daylight, first thing I thought was, man, this is another senseless act of violence. Why would anybody want to do that? Especially to the mother of your child and right in front of the child. Why? Why would you do that? So I'm just thinking it is senseless and tasteless. Until I found out what the backstory was. The backstory is crazy. So when I found out what the backstory was to this, it changed my whole perspective. I can't even lie to you. It changed the way I felt about, the situation. It changed the way I felt about him. So when I read up on the backstory, it turns out that they were together in a relationship. And I don't know, he got into some type of trouble and had to go to prison. He had a lot of assets that he worked very hard for. That a lot of assets he had. He owned a lot of land. He owned multiple properties and just multiple properties that was worth millions. Before he went to prison, he entrusted her with all of his assets. But he entrusts all these things to her. But then when he went to prison, come to find out, when he went to prison, she went and met a whole new man, got married to the man, and then sold all of her baby daddy's properties, all of them to she sold all of his assets. I was like, wow. She sold his properties. She sold all of his land. She got rich out. She made a killing off of it. She took that and she went behind his back and she went and sold all of it behind his back. So, and she blocked him. It was to the point to where he kept trying to get in contact with her, kept trying to call her. She wasn't accepting of his phone calls. He would write letters to her, but she wouldn't respond back to any of his letters. He tried his best to get in contact with her, but she had them blocked him from everything because now she's off, living this lavish lifestyle with her new man, her new husband. So, and then, and when you look at her Instagram page, which I have all of her, her information. I have her Instagram, the link to her Instagram in my description and all that stuff. That way you can see her Instagram page and you can see the type of style, the type of lifestyle that she was living. She was living it up. She was living a lavish lifestyle off of his stuff, off of the money that she took from him, that she, she did this man dirty. What she did was beyond effed up. And so, and when I looked at her Instagram page, I was like, yeah, she was just living the life, wasn't she? I'm like, dang, she buying all these expensive purses, all these expensive, Louis Vuitton bags, Louis Vuitton purses and all. She was just living the life off of somebody else's money. So anyways, when he got out of prison, when he finally had got out of prison, from what I had seen online, that he did find a way to get in contact with her, and once he got in contact with her, he did warn her that he was gonna kill her. But she didn't. But she didn't take him serious. She took it very lightly or whatever, and she really didn't pay no attention to him or whatever. But she effed around and found out. You know, what was this? This was last week, last Saturday. Yeah, so last Saturday she effed around and found out. He caught her at the barbershop getting ready to get a haircut for her son. And he came in there and fired 2 shots at her. You know what I'm saying? He hit her with 2 shots. One hit her in the torso and the other hit her in the head. And she was dead. She was dead. She was DOA, dead on arrival. They pronounced her dead at the scene. And that changed my whole perspective. I was like, ooh, man, like, because they was like asking, like, do you think that he's justified in what he did in his actions? I'm like, ooh, that's a tough one. Ooh, man, you know what I'm saying? I said, man, that's a tough one, but man, I would have to say, man, that's just like Chris Rock said. I ain't saying he should have killed her, but I understand. You know, because that was effed up what she did. Well, I mean, what she did was beyond effed up. I mean, you take all this man's stuff. This man entrusts you with all of his assets, everything, all these things that he had to work so hard for to get, and you take all of his stuff and just sell all this stuff behind his back. When he goes to prison, you block him on everything to where he can't get in contact with you, and then you go and you marry another man. You meet another man and you get married, and you got married on him. And not only that, and you on Instagram just living the life. You on Instagram buying all these Louis Vuitton. You on Instagram, I'm talking about just taking all these different trips and all this and that. And then I know on one video it said that she put up there, said that I could do this every day. You know what I'm saying? She was showing what she had just bought or whatever, and she was like, I could do this every day. And I was like, yeah, of course you can. When you using somebody else's money, when you spending somebody else's stuff or whatever, of course you could use it. You could do this every single day. When you got millions in the bank, millions of dollars that you stole, pretty much that you stole. Yeah, of course. So I read the comments on Facebook and all that, and I was just like, man, some people were saying that that he wasn't justified in what he did, but you had a lot of people saying that they understood why he did it, and I'm one of those people who understood. I understand why he did what he did. I'm not condoning. I don't never condone violence. I don't condone murder, especially not murder. Because neither of us, man, we're not the judge, jury, or executioner of anybody. Like, I'm talking about, we're not God. We don't get to take people's lives or whatever. We don't get to take the life of another human being. You get what I'm saying? Because that other human being, is important to somebody. You get what I'm saying? So, we don't get to do that, but it happens anyway. So I especially don't condone murder. However, at the same time, I'm not finna put down his feelings either, because, man, I think about it, if I was in that situation, I mean, how would I feel? Because I know I would be beyond pissed. And especially when you're doing all that time in prison, you ain't got nothing but time to think about this. You ain't got nothing but time to think about, man, this chick done did me this way, done ran off with my money and got her a new man. And I'm talking about like this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm sitting there I ain't got nothing but time to think about it, man. And the more and more I think about it, the angrier I get. The more and more I think about it, the more pissed I get. The madder I get. So when I get out of prison now, I'm getting ready. I'm about to hunt you until you drop. I'm not looking to talk. I'm not looking to talk about nothing. I want blood. At this point, there is no more talking about it. I want blood. I'm just gonna get it in blood. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, hit the comments below. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. This was a crazy situation. But one person that my heart does go out to is the child, you know, because I know that's going to stick with that child for the rest of his life. You know, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said the child was 6 years old. The guy, you know what I'm saying, the baby daddy, the man who killed her, his name is Armond Hickson. Armond Hilton. I'm sorry, Armond Hilton. And her name was Nitiffa. Tiffany Nitiffa Wade. Yeah. That's her name. Like I said, I'm gonna have all of her information in the description below. But my heart goes out to the child, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he's 6 years old. So, and that's old enough. He's at an age to where he can remember what happened. When he's an adult, he'll sit back and he can remember what happened, because he's old enough to remember what happened. And you know, he's the one who sat and watched his mama, watched his daddy kill his mama. You know, he's the one who, you know, watched his mama die. You know what I'm talking about? So leaving him parentless. He has no mother, you know, because his mama is dead, and now he has no father because his father is getting ready to do the rest of his life in prison whenever they find him, because he's still on the run. So they've identified him, but he's still on the run. They hadn't found him yet. But whenever they do catch him, you know, he ain't getting out this time. You know, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a long time before he gets out, if they don't give him life without parole. You know what I'm talking about? So he most likely will never see the light of day again once they do catch him. And it's just a sad situation all around, man. You know, you know what I'm saying, she didn't have to do what she did, man. That was beyond effed up what she did, man. And like I said, I don't condone his actions at all. No, I don't condone, especially murder. I don't condone that, man. But at the same time, I understand why he did what he did too. You know, so but you know, I think the child is gonna need some type of counseling when he grows up. I think the child's gonna need I think he's gonna need like life counseling, like lifelong counseling or something, because that's gonna traumatize him. I can only imagine what he's going through right now, man. And my heart and prayers go out to that child. You know what I'm talking about? Because he just saw something that was so bad, so gruesome, you know, and it happened to the person that he loved the most, which is his mother, you know. You know what I'm saying? And it happened between the two people that he loved the most, which is his mother and father. And you know, for him to, you know, have to sit there and watch his father murder his mother, I mean, that's very unfortunate. That's very sad. And you know, my heart, my thoughts, and my prayers go out to that child. I mean, for real, man, because yeah, that's gonna mess with him for the rest of his life. It's gonna mess with him. You know what I mean? It's never gonna go away. It's just some things you can't just, some things that gets in your head, you can't forget about it. It's unforgettable. You're gonna always think about it, and you're gonna always be traumatized. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully and prayerfully, when he grows up, he'll grow to forgive his father, you know, for killing his mother in front of him. I'm pretty sure, you know, they'll have a conversation, and he'll fill him in on the backstory and why he killed his mom, which, you know, I know it's not gonna bring her back, but hopefully, you know, once he explains why she did it, hopefully it'll bring some type of closure. You know what I'm talking about? But that's gonna be a void. That's gonna be a void. You know, he has no mother or father to guide him. You know, because that's what kids do. Kids rely on their parents to take care of them. Adults rely on themselves. Kids rely on their parents. You know, so sad situation all around, man. But once again, hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like he was justified in what he did, or do you feel like he was just wrong in either way? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand why he did what he did, or whatever? Now that you hear the backstory or whatever, just, you know, let me know what you guys think. Once again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to give a shout out to all of my subscribers, and continue to support me, continue to help me build this channel and grow this channel. And if you like the content, if you like what I put out, if you like what I'm doing, and you want to make a small donation to the channel, then, you know, Cash App right here. All right. Till next time, God bless all y'all. It's your boy Southern Cal. Gone.